Hello everyone. Today we're going to carry on making paper, and this paper can be used for a background to a recipe that you're going to write. It could become part of your collage. It could be used in a variety of ways, ripped and cut, and even turned into lettering if you wanted to. So it's developing the idea of Eric Carle's work, where he has this huge store of different kinds of colored paper with mark making, and he uses it in a variety of ways in his artwork. We're going to be using the pieces of tracing paper that are in your package, and a squeeze of paint that has come from your little acrylic paint pot, or otherwise from one of the tubes if you got those instead. A small piece of sponge, and if you've got one of those lovely sea sponges with the holes in it, that would be even nicer to be able to use. Some found objects for stamping, a large brush, and if you don't have one of those, then the sponge would work really well, and then another brush of a smaller size that could be used, and of course water, and also your cloth or a piece of paper towel for damping and stamping and cleaning up if you need it. So I'm going to start off first of all with a reflection, with looking at the bleeding tissue paper, and a bit of a refresher for you and for people who may not have experienced this. So the bleeding tissue paper in your package has been cut into different sizes, and I'm just going to pull, seeing that I'm going to use the blue, I might pull some of these warmer tones and use those instead of the blues. Okay, so you can rip them or cut them, and you don't need to use a lot, and in fact you can reuse them, which is really exciting. I'm going to take the sponge and wet it and put it over, or otherwise a brush, and I have the brush to hand, so that's going to be what I'm going to use. And I'm just doing a light wash of water on my tracing paper so that it's going to absorb the color. So not all tissue paper bleeds, but if you want to use this and find it, then you need to ask for bleeding tissue paper. And here it is, and I'm just putting it down in different areas. We had a lot of fun with this in Women in Dialogue, and now we'll use it again. Okay. I'm just going to wash it over. And you can let it dry and then just peel them off, or otherwise you can take them off right away. And keep those pieces, because once again they can be used, and it's just instant color, which is really helpful. If you want to use it right away, then you might want to dab it a little bit. And I've left another piece on there, which I actually quite like, so I might just leave it. For the stamping, I've used a piece of corrugated cardboard, and I'm using the side where the two pieces join together because it's got this interesting pattern. I'm taking my paint and I'm just putting some of the paint into this so that I've got a line that I can use. And then you can see as you begin to stamp it that indentation of the two layers comes together really beautifully. You can cross over, you can use it diagonally. You can make words out of it with using lettering, but it's creating such beautiful effects, and I do love that I've left the paper on there because I get that sort of contrast of intensity, and I like that very much. So I'm going to put that to one side, and then I'm going to take another paper where I've sort of already begun to do that sort of thing as a background, and again finding a stamp, my cotton reel, and I'm stamping over. So I'm just sort of enriching the surface. So there's another example, and that could be used in different ways as well. The tracing paper is terrific because being transparent, or sort of now translucent, there could be something underneath with this on top, or you could cut out pieces and use them as you wish. In this last one, I'm going to use the sponge and see the effects that I get. So I'm just dabbing it into my paint, and you'll notice that I've actually put a little bit of parchment paper on my tray so that'll help with the cleanup. I'm using just the one color, but you could mix your colors together as well. So here are some ideas for stamping, for sponging. And then just creating a gradation of lighter tonality by stamping with less pressure. Then if you wanted to take another color and work back into that, you could do it too. So just a few ideas. And don't forget about resist too, that if you wanted to write, first of all, use your oil pastel or even draw with it and then work over it, and then you'll get the resist coming through. Enjoy these techniques. There's lots of possibility, and I know that you're going to show us new ideas. We look forward to what you produce.